There is a frequency in the universe that most people never tune into. The ancient mystics called it the creative mind. The alchemists called it the philosopher's stone. Modern quantum physicists call it the field of infinite possibilities. But here's what they all knew. Reality is not fixed. It bends. It shapes. It molds itself according to a hidden blueprint that exists in only one place: your mind. In 1912, a woman discovered this blueprint and used it to materialize money out of thin air, cross oceans with no resources, and unlock secrets that most people die never knowing. What you're about to learn is not theory. It's the operating system of reality itself. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And you didn't arrive here by accident. There are no coincidences in a universe governed by consciousness. Before we go deeper, I need you to do something sacred. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Why? Because what you're about to receive is not just information. It's initiation. Ancient mystery schools required commitment before revealing their secrets. Your subscription is your declaration to the universe. I am ready to remember who I truly am. Do it now. The universe is watching. Genevieve Behrend was not simply a teacher. She was a bridge between worlds. She walked through the veil that separates the seen from the unseen, and she came back with a map, a mental blueprint so powerful that it can rewrite the code of your existence. Today, you will learn this blueprint, and when you do, everything changes. The invisible architecture of reality. Let me tell you about the greatest secret that has ever been hidden in plain sight. Your mind is not in your head. Your head is in your mind. This sounds like wordplay, but it's the key that unlocks everything. Genevieve Behrend had an impossible dream. She wanted to study with Thomas Troward, the mystical judge who had decoded the spiritual laws of the universe. But she was in America. He was in England, and she had no money. Not even for a ship ticket across the Atlantic. Most people would have stopped there. It's impossible, they would say. But Genevieve understood something profound. She understood that the word impossible is a spell, a dark incantation that humanity casts upon itself. And all spells can be broken. So she did what the mystics have always done. She went into the silence, into that sacred space where the outer world dissolves and only consciousness remains. And there, in that temple of the mind, she began to build. Every single day she would sit in meditation and construct a mental movie. Not a vague wish, not a desperate hope. A vivid, detailed, emotionally charged reality. She saw herself on the ship, feeling the wood beneath her feet. She felt the cold spray of ocean water on her face. She smelled the salt in the air. She walked through the streets of London in her mind until they became more real than the streets outside her door. She knocked on Troward's door and saw his face as he welcomed her in. Here's where the mysticism becomes science. The subconscious mind, which Troward called the universal mind, cannot tell the difference between a physical experience and a mental experience that is infused with absolute belief. When you impress something upon the universal mind with clarity, emotion, and faith, it must manifest. It has no choice. This is law. 3 weeks later, a letter arrived. An unexpected inheritance. Exactly £1,600, the precise amount she needed. She bought the ticket, crossed the ocean, and became the only American student of Thomas Troward. But here's what most people miss about this story. The money didn't come because she wanted it. The money came because she became it. She aligned her mental frequency with the reality she desired until there was no separation between her inner world and the outer world. This is the blueprint. This is the secret. The mental blueprint revealed. Now let me reveal to you the exact blueprint that Genevieve learned from Troward. This is not philosophy. This is architecture, the architecture of manifestation. The blueprint has 3 sacred chambers, 3 levels of consciousness that must align perfectly for reality to shift. The first chamber, the conscious mind, the architect. This is where you live right now, in your waking awareness. The conscious mind is the architect that draws the plans. It chooses, it decides, It declares, "This is what I desire to experience." But here's the mystical truth. The conscious mind has no creative power on its own. It can only select and direct. It's like a captain steering a ship, but the captain is not the ocean, not the wind, not the force that actually moves the vessel. Genevieve taught that most people fail in manifestation because they stay only in this chamber. They wish, they hope, they think about what they want, but it never goes deeper. It never enters the realm where creation actually occurs. The second chamber, the subconscious mind, the builder. Here is where the real magic happens. The subconscious mind is connected to what Troward called the universal subjectivity. It's the invisible field that contains all possibilities, all potentials, all unmanifest realities waiting to be born. Think of the subconscious as the fertile soil of the universe. Whatever seed you plant, there will grow. But here's the key that most people never understand. The subconscious cannot reason. It cannot judge. It only accepts. If you impress upon it the image of poverty, it will manifest poverty. If you impress upon it the image of abundance, it will manifest abundance. It doesn't care. It's the most obedient servant in existence. Genevieve discovered that the language of the subconscious is not words. It's images. It's feelings. It's the sensory-rich experience of already having what you desire. This is why visualization isn't just positive thinking. It's the actual mechanism by which thought becomes form. When she visualized being on that ship, she wasn't pretending. She was imprinting a command into the universal mind. And the universal mind, which has infinite power and intelligence, began rearranging circumstances, people, and events to match that command. The third chamber, the superconscious mind, the infinite source. This is the realm that mystics call God, Buddha nature, the Tao, pure consciousness. Genevieve called it the universal mind or the divine spirit. This is the source of all creation. It's not outside of you. It's the deepest core of who you are. Here's the profound mystical teaching. You are not separate from this source. You are an individualized expression of it. When you align your conscious desire with your subconscious belief and connect it to the superconscious source, you become a channel for miracles. This is what happened when Genevieve received that money. She didn't manipulate reality. She allowed reality to flow through her. She removed the blocks of doubt, fear, and unworthiness, and let the infinite supply of the universe pour into her life. The blueprint is simple. Decide consciously, impress subconsciously, and trust superconsciously. These three chambers working in harmony create worlds. The practical mysticism, how to use the blueprint. Now I'm going to give you the exact steps that Genevieve Behrend taught. These are not theories. These are techniques that have been tested by thousands of people across more than a century. This is practical mysticism. Step 1. The sacred desire. First, you must know what you want, not what your parents want, not what society expects, what your soul desires. Genevieve taught that true desires come from the divine spirit within you, calling you toward your highest expression. Sit in silence and ask yourself, if I had infinite power, what would I create in my life? Don't censor. Don't limit. Let the answer arise from the depths. Write it down with absolute clarity. Be specific. The universe responds to specificity. Step 2. The mental movie. Every day, twice a day, once in the morning upon waking and once at night before sleep, you must enter the silence and create your mental movie. These are the 2 times when your subconscious mind is most receptive, most open to impressions. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths until you feel your body relax and your mind become still. Then, like a master filmmaker, begin to construct the scene of your desire fulfilled. See it from your own eyes, not as an observer. Feel the emotions of already having it. What would you see? What would you hear? What would you smell, taste, touch? Make it so vivid that your nervous system cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. Genevieve would spend 20 minutes in this state, living in her desired reality. And here's the secret. You must feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude of already having it. Emotion is the electricity that charges the mental image and sends it into the subconscious. Step 3. The assumption of the wish fulfilled. This is where most people fail. They visualize for 20 minutes, then spend the other 23 hours and 40 minutes thinking about how they don't have what they want. This cancels everything. Genevieve taught that you must live from the end. Throughout your day, whenever you think about your desire, you must think of it as already done. Not, I will have it someday. Not, I hope this works. But it is already mine. It is already done. And this is what mystics call faith. Not blind belief, but the absolute knowing that what has been impressed upon the universal mind must manifest in the physical world. It's law. It's as certain as gravity. Step 4. The path of inspired action. Now here's what many teachers get wrong about manifestation. They tell you to just visualize and wait. That's incomplete. Genevieve taught that after you impress your desire upon the universal mind, you must follow the path that opens before you. The universe will send you signs, synchronicities, opportunities. Doors will open, people will appear, ideas will come. Your job is to move when you feel inspired, to act when intuition speaks, to follow the thread that the universe places in your hand. This is not forced action. This is inspired action. There's a difference. Forced action comes from fear and doubt. Inspired action comes from the inner knowing that you're being guided. When that letter arrived with the inheritance, Genevieve didn't question it. She didn't analyze it. She received it as the natural result of her mental work and took immediate action. She bought the ticket. She boarded the ship. She trusted the path. Step 5. The gratitude seal. Finally, you must seal your mental work with gratitude. Every night before sleep, after you've done your visualization, spend 5 minutes in deep gratitude. Thank the universe as if you've already received everything you desire. Gratitude is the signature of faith. It tells the universal mind, I know it's done. I'm not waiting. I'm celebrating now. This accelerates manifestation in ways that seem miraculous. Genevieve would end every mental session by saying, Thank you, Divine Spirit, for manifesting my perfect good in perfect ways. Simple, powerful, complete. Part 4. The deeper mysteries. Now I want to take you deeper into the mystical dimensions of this teaching. Because Genevieve Behrend wasn't just teaching manifestation, she was revealing the nature of reality itself, the mystery of the two worlds. Troward taught Genevieve that there are two worlds, the world of causes and the world of effects. The physical world you see around you, your bank account, your relationships, your health. This is the world of effects. It's the shadow, the projection, the result. The real world, the causal world, is invisible. It's the world of thought, consciousness, mental images. Everything you see in the physical began as a thought. The chair you're sitting on, the device you're watching this on, even your own body. All of it originated in consciousness. Most people live their entire lives trying to change effects. They try to get more money, better relationships, improved health. But they never go to the cause. They never change the mental blueprint. This is why Genevieve's teaching is so revolutionary. She's telling you to stop pushing against the physical world and start creating in the mental world. Change the blueprint, and the building must change. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics, the mystery of the I Am. Here's where we enter the deepest mysticism. Genevieve discovered that the most powerful creative force in the universe is contained in two words: I am. Whatever follows I am is a command to the universal mind. When you say I am poor, the universe says yes you are. When you say I am abundant, the universe says yes you are. The I am is the name of God speaking through you. In the ancient Hebrew tradition, when Moses asked God for his name, God replied, I am that I am. This is the creative power of existence itself, and it lives in you. Genevieve taught her students to be ruthlessly conscious of what they attach to their I am. Stop saying I am tired. Say I am energized. Stop saying I am confused. Say I am clear. Stop saying I am unlucky. Say, I am blessed. This isn't positive affirmations. This is reality programming. You are literally speaking your world into existence with every I am statement. The mystery of the Sabbath. There's one more mystical principle that Genevieve emphasized, and it's often misunderstood. It's the principle of the Sabbath, which means rest. After you've done your mental work, after you've visualized, after you've impressed your desire upon the universal mind, you must let it go. You must rest. You must stop trying to figure out how it will happen. This is the hardest part for most people. We want to control. We want to force. We want to see the path before we take the step. But the universe doesn't work that way. Genevieve taught that the Sabbath is the period where the universal mind is working on your behalf in the invisible realm. Seeds don't grow by you digging them up every day to check on them. They grow in the darkness, in the silence, while you rest. This is faith. True faith is doing your part, and then trusting the universe to do its part. Plant the seed, water it with your daily visualization, and then let the soil do its work. The mystery of assumption. Finally, there's the principle that Genevieve called living in the end. Neville Goddard, who came after her, would later call it assumption. It's the same mystical truth. The fastest way to manifest anything is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Not the having of the thing, but the feeling of having it. Because the feeling is what impresses the subconscious. Genevieve didn't wait to feel abundant until the money arrived. She felt abundant while she was visualizing. She felt the relief, the freedom, the joy of being on that ship before she had the ticket. And because she felt it so completely, the universe had to reflect that feeling back to her in physical form. This is the secret behind every miracle, behind every seemingly impossible manifestation, behind every quantum leap. Assume the feeling and reality must conform. Part 5. The Call to Awakening. We've journeyed deep today, from the practical steps to the profound mysteries, but now I want to leave you with the most important truth of all. You are not learning something new. You are remembering something ancient. This blueprint has always been within you. You used it to create the life you're living right now. Every circumstance, every condition, every experience, you created it with your habitual thoughts, beliefs, and mental images. The question is not, does this work? The question is, what am I going to create now? Genevieve Behrend proved that an ordinary person with an extraordinary understanding of mental laws can accomplish the impossible. She crossed oceans. She manifested money. She became the student of a master. She wrote books that have transformed millions of lives. But she wasn't special. She wasn't chosen. She wasn't born with a gift that you don't have. She simply understood the blueprint and used it consciously. Now you have the same blueprint. The 3 chambers of consciousness, the 5 sacred steps, the deeper mysteries. Everything you need is already within you. But knowing is not enough. Genevieve would tell you that the universe rewards action, not intention. You must practice this. You must commit to the daily visualization. You must guard your I am statements. You must live from the end. Start today. This moment. Choose one desire. Just one. Something that matters to your soul. Write it down with absolute clarity. Then tonight, before you sleep, enter the silence and create your mental movie. Feel it. Live it. Believe it. Do this every day for 30 days. Don't miss a single day. And watch what happens. Watch how the universe begins to rearrange itself around your new mental blueprint. You might receive unexpected money like Genevieve did. You might meet the perfect person who opens a door. You might get an idea that changes everything. Or the change might be subtle, a shift in your energy, a newfound confidence, a deep inner knowing that everything is working out. However it comes, it will come. Because this is law. This is how reality works. You are not subject to circumstances. You are the creator of circumstances. Before we end, I want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This is not just a channel. This is a community of conscious creators, of modern mystics, of people who refuse to live as victims of reality and instead choose to live as architects of reality. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, Share this video with someone who's ready to wake up. And leave a comment below telling me, what is the one thing you're going to manifest using this blueprint? Declare it. Speak it into existence. Let the universe hear your voice. Remember what Genevieve taught. The universal mind is always listening. It's always responding. It's always creating. And you are not separate from it. You are it, individualized, expressing itself as you. The mental blueprint that changes everything is not out there in some ancient text. It's not hidden in some mystery school. It's right here, right now, in your consciousness. The only question is, will you use it? I believe you will. I believe that's why you're here. I believe you're ready. So go now, enter the silence, build your mental movie, feel the wish fulfilled, and watch your world transform. This is Genevieve Behrend's most powerful lesson. This is the blueprint. This is your inheritance. Now go create miracles. Subscribe. Activate notifications. The universe is calling you to remember who you truly are. Answer that call. I'll see you in the next revelation.